Good morning, students. The topic which we will continue today is company officials became nababs. Before that, I just want to revise few points that we have done Battle of Plassey, and in this, Robert Clive he fought a battle with the Nawab of Bengal, Sirajud-Dowla, and when Sirajud-Dowla was assassinated by Robert Clive, Mir Jafar became the Nawab of Bengal. And when Mir Jafar died, died in the year 1765, so finally the East India Company they themselves appointed them as divans so that they can collect revenues from different provinces of Bengal. So now let's continue the next topic, that is company officials become nababs. What did it mean to be nawabs? It meant, of course, that the company acquired more power and authority. Nawabs means the people, those who have more powers and authority. So here how company officials they become nawab? Because they acquired more power and authority when they appointed as divans of provinces of Bengal. But it also meant something else. Each company's servant began to have vision of living like nawabs. Now everybody, those who are working as a servant in East India Company, they started thinking that they also live a life like nawabs. Now, after the Battle of Plassey, the actual Nawabs of Bengal were forced to give land and vast sum of money. After the Battle of Plassey, in which Sirajud-Dowla was died or assassinated, the actual Nawabs of Bengal, they were forced to give their land and a huge amount of money to East India Company as personal gifts to the officials of East India Company. Robert Clive himself amassed a fortune in India, and Robert Clive also received so much money in India. He had came to Madras, and Robert Clive he came to Madras from England in the year 1743, and Madras is nowadays Madras is known as Chennai. So when he came in India, Robert Clive, in Madras from England, he was 18 years old. And when in 1767, he left India and went back again to England, his Indian fortune was worth. Here fortune means money. So his Indian fortune was worth pound 401,102. So this is something near crores. So interestingly, when he was appointed Governor of Bengal in 1764, he was also appointed as Governor of Bengal in the year 1764. And East India Company, they asked him to remove corruption in the company administration. But what happened? He himself cross-examined in 1772. That means one case was filed against Robert Clive for corruption. So he was appointed to remove corruption, but he himself accused as a person who was doing corruption in the year 1772 by the British Parliament, which was suspicious of his vast wealth. Why he cross-examined by British Parliament? Because of the money which he received from the Nawabs of Bengal. Because he has so much money with him, so the British Parliament, they think that he is corrupted and he is taking bribe. So although he was acquitted, he committed suicide in 1774. So after that, when a case was filed against him for corruption, so he committed suicide in the year 1774.